Welcome to Longwood Weekly News. I'm Rebecca Terry.
And I'm Travis Lyles. In our top story, 22-year-old Longwood University student Gus Altschuler has been arrested and charged with the rape of another Longwood University student at a social function on the 600 block of Buffalo Street. Altschuler was a member of the Longwood rugby team and due to graduate in May. I caught up with Farmville Police Chief Doug Mooney to get more details on the story.
In a very serious case like this, we won't make an arrest until we have what we consider to be a good case. He was granted a bond at the last bond hearing. He was held for several weeks, and the judge granted a bond. I believe it was I believe $50,000. It was a steep bond.
Travis Jones, a Longwood student who has known Altschuler since they were young, said his jaw dropped when he heard the news.
I was just shocked. I called my parents immediately, and they couldn't believe it. He was always a really laid-back guy, and I would never expect him to do something like this.
Associates of Altschuler, as well as people who were there that evening, were asked to discuss the charge, and Altschuler himself, but all denied comment. Nothing has been determined at this time. Altschuler will have his day in court on April 7th. Mooney did say that the Farmville Police Department held multiple interviews before making their official arrest. He also informed me that the Farmville Police Department has received reports of threats to the victim, to which, if they find to be true, could result in multiple arrests.
In our next story, Farmville, Virginia's Habitat for Humanity is working through the community to provide affordable housing for families in need. Earlier this week, I met up with a team working on their latest build. Habitat for Humanity started in 1976 in Americus, Georgia, as a Christian ministry whose goal was to give disadvantaged families an opportunity to own their own home. Here in Farmville, Virginia, Habitat constructs housing as well as provides affordable furniture options at its Restore location on Main Street. On this particular Saturday morning, Longwood students and members of the community come together to put the finishing touches on a Habitat house right down the street from the university. For the first time in Farmville, Habitat partnered with community housing partners to renovate this property instead of building it. Devonda Robinson is a recipient of another Habitat for Humanity home, and she shared how Habitat has impacted her life.
I just met a lot of good people, different people I otherwise wouldn't have never met if it wasn't for them coming over and volunteering. I met a lot of the college students from the surrounding county. Basically, it's a blessing from God. I asked God for a house, and He made it so that I got a house where I could afford to pay, where I met new people, and it's ours that I can leave on to my children when I pass on.
Recipients of the Habitat homes work on the construction site with the volunteers and pay mortgage payments with little to no interest in order to fully own their home.
It's a hand up. We're giving people an opportunity to home ownership where they may not ever, be able to own a home another way. And our families all pay full price for the home. We're able to keep the costs down because we do use volunteer labor.
Habitat's volunteers work diligently starting early in the morning, preparing the house for its future occupants.
Well, I've been working with Habitat since 1986, and it was my Sunday school class went out for a work day, and I've been hooked ever since.
It's fun, doing something active to help people, and it's fun.
We have people from all walks of life volunteering with Habitat, and that's probably my next favorite thing. Is that we have a really diverse group of people that volunteer. We have people from, PhDs at the college that come and work, maybe blue-collar workers that come and lend their skill and their talent and their time. So, yeah, it's a real mix of college students, professional people, all kinds.
Thanks, Becca. If you think bullying stops in high school, think again. Longwood University talks about how bullying affects college students too. Rachel Lewis has the story.
SEAL, the Student Educators for Active Leadership, will be hosting a campaign against bullying to spread awareness throughout Longwood's campus.
This year marks SEAL's kickoff to the campaign, and it will be a week long of events dedicated to educating students about the importance of this social issue. It began on Monday, March 31st with an anti-bullying program that took place in Jarman Auditorium. They showed bullying statistics and ways to prevent it from happening in the future.
One of the members in SEAL had conducted research for one of her classes on bullying, specifically at Longwood. And she told us about it, and we thought, maybe this is our push. We wanted to present the research somehow because then it would hit closer to home and make it a little bit more real.
RAVE, which stands for Respond to Acts of Violence Effectively, teamed up with SEAL in order to help get supporters of the cause.
Here we have a pledge to stand, that you're going to stand up and say something. If you're seeing bullying, microaggression, we're signing this, and then you also gave a stand up and say something bracelet that says RAVE and stand up and say something.
There were even performances by Pitch Perfect and Longwood Company of Dance. These two organizations signed the pledge and are committed to prevention of bullying at Longwood. Mary Paige Tucci talks about what it meant to her to dance at this event.
As performers, people say a lot about our shows and stuff, and we have to deal with negative comments as well. So dealing with bullying is really close to the heart for a lot of us, and it was really cool to be a part of.
Continue to show your support by coming out to the last event on Friday, April 4th for the Bullying Awareness Walk on Wheeler Lawn. For LWN, I'm Rachel Lewis.
Thanks, Rachel. I'm sure there'll be a great turnout. Until next time, I'm Rebecca Terry.
And I'm Travis Lyles. Thanks for tuning in to Longwood Weekly News.